Colt Turley, and the project I decided to present was Project Mercury. Project Mercury was initiated in 1958 and completed in 1963. It was also the United States' first manned space program. The main scientific question of the mission was, what are man's capabilities in space, and what are the environments in which he will be subject to? There's three objectives with the mission. The first is to orbit a manned spacecraft around the Earth, to investigate man's ability to function in space, and to recover both man and spacecraft safely. There's some guidelines established for this mission. The guidelines were established to ensure the safest approach. The first is existing technology should be used wherever practical. Follow the simplest and most reliable approach to system design. Use existing launch vehicles to place spacecraft into orbit, and a progressive test program will be conducted. There are also requirements for the spacecraft. Spacecraft must be fitted with a reliable escape system. That means that it separates the crew from the launch vehicle, because of the launch vehicle is a rocket. Two, the pilot must be given capability to manually control the spacecraft in case of emergencies. The spacecraft must carry a retro rocket system capable of bringing the spacecraft out of orbit. And the last requirement is the design must satisfy the requirements of a water landing. So the missions, within the mission, there were 20 unmanned missions carried out. These missions were designed to determine safety requirements. Chimpanzees were used. They were sent into orbit to determine the safety requirements. There were 6 manned missions carried out. And these missions were used to perfect each launch and each spacecraft. There were 6 successful flights. The first is Mercury Redstone 3, which with Alan Shepard as the astronaut. Mercury Redstone 4 with Virgil Grissom. Mercury Atlas 6 with John Glenn. Mercury Atlas 7 with Scott Carpenter. Mercury Atlas 8 with Walter Schira. And Mercury Atlas 6 with Gordon Cooper. So in conclusion, Project Mercury was the first manned space program by the United States. They accomplished this in a 4.5-year period. There were 6 manned space flights accomplished in a 25-flight program. Each flight was accomplished with complete pilot safety. And they discovered that man can function normally in space. They can function in a spacecraft, have full capabilities. And there's techniques and philosophies developed from this program where the well-trained flight and ground crews and correctly prepared space vehicles. This mission kind of set the plane for space after this. Here are my references.